It's a semifinal Saturday in the 2025 Generation Adidas Cup. It is the U16 bracket here in Bradenton, Florida. It's PSV Eindhoven and LA Galaxy, and you know it's a big match when the first teamers are wishing these groups good luck.
Hey U16s, good luck in GA Cup and go get the win.
Hi guys, good luck with the semifinal and the GE Cup. All the best and come back with a trophy.
And hi again, everybody, as we welcome you here to IMG Academy alongside the former MLS striker, Kalen Carr, Michael Watring. So great to have you with us. 4 teams remain in the U16s. How do you assess the talent we'll see today?
Well, it's huge, and I think just seeing that with Esmir Bayraktarovic, I couldn't help but think about the fact that he played here in GA Cup with the New England Revolution, and then now is playing for PSV and wishing his squad playing here in the semifinals. And that's been the standout for me more than anything is in my first GA Cup experience is seeing the amount of talent that we've seen on display. We've seen it in the past with Ricardo Pepi, also at PSV coming through, Ben Kramaski, Kevin Sullivan, over the years, just so many. Enzo Fernandez, Kobe Mano scored a ridiculous goal in Europa League for Manchester United yesterday. So the fact that they start on this pitch and then go to the first team for me has been one of the most amazing things. And then we get to see that again today on display to say who's going to be the next one that's going to then make their way to the first team.
These two teams arrived in this spot with late drama in their respective quarterfinal matches. LA Galaxy drawing against Montreal, but Joaquin Cunningham putting the finishing touches on in penalty kicks. A 4-2 win for LA Galaxy to reach the semis. Meanwhile, PSV Eindhoven, they needed late drama despite surging ahead 2-0 until the very end of the match. Crew were able to force penalty kicks, but Eskil Moot was able to make 3 saves in penalties to get PSV to the semifinal of this tournament. But one of the big storylines, one of their key players, Ezekiel Imaga, is suspended due to yellow card accumulation.
Yeah, he's been one of the players of the tournament for me. Jumps off the page, playing a year up actually, and usually plays in the center back position for the Netherlands youth national team, but now they're going to have to fill his position, and the Galaxy midfield is particularly strong today.
He would be available for the final if PSV are to advance. As we take a look at the starting 11 for PSV, they have great goal scorers. We mentioned Moot as well. Who steps in for Imaga today?
Well, we'll take a look and see Mutsers and Klaus Bayens in the midfield, but Ton Benz on the right side, a national team for Netherlands Youth International. And then Hunter with 2 goals in the tournament so far, doing quite well. And Apia has been tremendous on that left flank.
And then you look at the LA Galaxy lineup, and they make a change in goal. Max Nelson gets the call as the goalkeeper for the semis.
Yeah, they've been rotating, but they trust Nelson in this position. McLean and Chadwick, standouts on that right side, really strong defensively. And then you go on the other side, and you go move forward. Joaquin Cunningham has been really good, and Medina and Steelman will be a handful up top for the Galaxy.
So we're ready to go. It's the black kits for PSV, and it's LA Galaxy in the white kits, and here we go in the semifinals of the 2025 Generation Adidas Cup U16 brackets. Great to have you with us for this contest. Exciting one to watch between these two clubs to see who comes out on top. LA Galaxy having won the U17 bracket last year, and now it's a takeaway right at the start. Medina trickles this ball forward. Steelman unable to hold on to it. Here's Apia, the leading goal scorer in this age group, with 5, drawing the foul. PSV comeback win in the round of 16, 3-1. We mentioned the penalty kick performance in the round of 16. LA Galaxy, meanwhile, a 3-0 decisive win against Nashville in what turned into be a tricky matchup against Nashville. 2 of those goals coming after the 59th minute before the penalty kick victory over Montreal. Galaxy second place finishers out of Group G, while PSV won Group A.
And to get an early look at this spell of possession from PSV, both teams will want to play with the ball. Similar game models and philosophies as far as trying to interchange positions, can be very dynamic with the ball, moving through the midfield, looking to rotate from side to side. So in some ways it'll come down to execution between these two teams on who can be cleaner, especially in this build-out phase.
Active in the gap, be active,
two teams that have played from the front frequently. Galaxy have only trailed for 8 minutes in this tournament. PSV has trailed for 32 minutes.
Yeah, Michael, as we were talking about before the match, it's not always true that the best teams find their way through in tournament play, and I think Columbus gave PSV everything they could handle fighting back in that game. But when I think about where I've seen teams throughout this tournament, especially on the U16 side, these are the top 4 teams for me. I think deserve to be in this position. Look on the other side with Real Salt Lake have been very strong, and Genk from Belgium. And going to see some good matchups in the semifinal today.
We got numbers here, Jair.
Final day of the 30-minute halves for 60-minute games. It expands tomorrow into the 70 minutes as a foul is whistled here. And Jade Mejia is over, and she is going to show a yellow card to kickstart things. That's on Taya Voss.
Yeah, you always want to bring those big center backs out into the wide areas as a winger to see if you can get them isolated, do not feel as comfortable defending in space. And Dyron Stam, the left back, tends to push up high, which then will allow Steelman to get in those one-on-one positions and get isolated.
Galaxy get the free kick. Daniel Ramirez lines this up. And he'll play short. Ramirez and Menendez go back and forth. Perez, Torres, Steelman chases and wins his team the first corner of the match.
Some good early moments here from the Galaxy, just staying patient on this right flank, and when they get their opportunity to then change the rhythm, to look in behind to Steelman, allow him to use his pace, and sets up an early set piece. We've seen this be so important at all levels in tournament play. How you manage set pieces in tournaments, so important. A good opportunity early for the Galaxy.
5 different Galaxy players have scored so far in the competition. As Menendez plays short, it's the return pass as he circles and cycles. Back post looking for McLean. PSV trying to clear this ball. It finally comes to a foot as it gets cleared to midfield. And there's a high boot, and a foul is whistled on Milan Moosters.
And we saw some really good service in there from Menendez, whipping in that ball to the back post, and looks like he'll be standing on top of this one. Looks like Christopher Perez next to him with good opportunity here once again.
Menendez backpedals. Perez is the one that flings it in. Torres has it bang off of his body, and it falls to Medina, who rattles the rope to start the match. The Galaxy strike 5 minutes in and take a 1-0 edge.
So often on set pieces, it's the second phase that can be the most dangerous. And it's the second ball. It drops right down to Medina, and he shows his technique. He doesn't have to crush it. Just stays alert, good footwork in the box, and when it drops down, he turns on it well, puts it on frame, and tucks it in that near post for the early lead here for the Galaxy in the semifinals of GA Cup.
Medina scores for the 3rd time in the tournament. It's the earliest goal scored by LA Galaxy, who had scored just 2 first-half goals through the first 5 matches of GA Cup. Medina scores for the 2nd time in the knockout stages. And a 1-0 edge to the Galaxy. And as you mentioned, set pieces so critical. PSV unable to clear with any decisiveness off of the corner, and not off of that free kick either. Medina again brings it in. Steelman chases. Steelman is inside of the box, touches it across, and that ball, after a ricochet, Mood is able to get there before it trickles to the chalk.
Yeah, but it's been a really positive first 6 minutes here for the Galaxy. You can feel the life in the team, even growing after the goal, especially in the number 9 play there for Medina. It's so difficult sometimes to be able to get as many touches as he would have liked, but just shows you how dangerous he can be, just lethal in the box there.
Steelman thunders this ball from outside. Moot bobbles and then tosses it to the side.
It's a great strike from distance for Max Steelman. You can see it knuckling, and it drops right below Moot. So difficult right as it comes in, and takes that hop on the goalkeeper, comes in tight, and the rebound he just has to parry away. Galaxy applying pressure in waves to begin this game.
Well, this has been a trend for PSV. Despite their success in this tournament, they had a stretch of 3 consecutive games where they gave up the opening goal. They came back to win 2 of those 3 by multiple goals. So familiar territory for this PSV group, but here in the semifinal against this strong LA Galaxy group that have been able to surge through every match in this tournament. PSV now look to get on the front foot. It's a good run here from Colas. Apia slams the brakes on. Apia touches it out top. Bayans, Colas, Apia, flag stays down. Apia dances past the defender, shoots this ball low, and Nelson with his first test passes.
Yeah, but you can see the few early moments here from PSV, just how dangerous they can be with Colas gliding through the midfield, and then Apia showing his one-on-one ability. Really nice movements there from PSV. Questioned how they would build through the midfield without their star man Umaga out due to yellow card suspension. Has 3 in the tournament, not able to play today, would be back for the final if they are able to advance through this semifinal. But important for Colas to continue to be a little bit of a more of a 10, dropping deep. We saw him in the wing. Really helps out, breaking lines with the ball at his feet.
Chris! Max, you gotta anticipate those, yeah? Chris!
Pon Benz has the free kick.
Max, you're gonna have to jump at
the captain
Angel, second.
Lines this up. Benz hooks this ball in. Off of a skim, it rolls just past Nelson. First corner of the match here for PSV.
Chris, be aware. Angel, top of the
Luke
green.
Schockenrod prepares to take this one.
Hey, Angel, good job. Chris, balance it between
Schockenrod slings near post, gets knocked away by Chadwick, and Schockenrod will have a second chance.
Just be aware of the run. Joaquin.
And you keep an eye on PSV on this back post. Will
Watch the back. Watch the
have 4 or 5 runners, but they'll all come crashing across.
Coming to you.
Schockenrod again, unable to get it past Chadwick. Mootzers.
Make sure you continue to defend, Mateo.
Stump lifts this ball towards the back post. The only man that could have gotten to it was Hunter, and Nelson collects. We played 10 minutes in the U16 semifinal. The winner of this gets the winner of Real Salt Lake and KRC Genk in the final tomorrow afternoon. Stomp marks this ball in. McLean clears, and it comes to the foot of Apia, who shoots this ball wide.
Joaquin, help Danny.
Yeah, but Apia is going to be dangerous throughout this match, and he's the leading scorer of the tournament through group stage, coming from that left flank, but just seen flashes already of his one-on-one abilities. So comfortable on the ball, can unbalance defenders, and if you give him an opportunity, he can make you pay.
1-0 LA Galaxy, the U17 champs a year ago in this tournament. Aaron Medina finishes in the 5th minute on a volley after a free kick. Is the difference in this contest. Michael Wattrain, Kalen Carr, and our great MLS production crew here on site in Bradenton, Florida for the semifinal of the U16 in the Generation Adidas Cup. Come and hang out with us. 4 matches on tap today.
Yeah, and Medina's got some personality too. I remember in the earlier group stage match we did afterwards, he came over and said, "Hey, who got player of the match from you guys?" And I was like, "Oh, Steelman actually gave you the assist. You should thank him." And He's like, yeah, I will do that. I like that from a striker, though. I looked at that as a positive. Hey, you have to have that personality to want to be the person to make the difference, to get the recognition. It's a part of a good number 9's DNA, so it's a part of also the fun part of this tournament for me is being right here on the sideline. You can hear both managers giving their directives to the team, interact with the players, and get a little bit of a sense of their personality throughout the game.
Well, there's also the evolution of this tournament with the content that is created as Steelman chases this ball. Steelman slices. Steelman wants the right foot, hammers this ball wide left.
Max, well done.
It's clever from Steelman here. Gets the ball over the top. Want to put him in time and space on the move, and does well to cut across and then cut back. He's got that runner maybe coming around the outside of him. Toro looping in, maybe just a little extra bit of patience there, but I like the intent.
Back to that point, I was speaking with Jesper Watkins before this match, and he said, you know, this tournament is really something different for a lot of these young players because there's so many different outlets that are covering this, and there very much is that desire from the players to be one of those featured men either on our broadcasts or on social media, and that just adds another element because if you make it to the first team, that's going to be part of the job.
Yeah, and you saw in the pregame, Esmir Bayraktarovic, former MLS man, played with the New England Revolution, was fortunate to call his matches and kind of broke onto the scene with the Revs, but also through that youth academy playing here at GA Cup and now sending messages back to the PSV first team. So you can see the connection all the way from the first team down through the academy, and they're watching. I believe that.
It's 4 o'clock local time in Holland for this matchup, and that adds to the intrigue. A lot of PSV supporters enjoying this one.
Inside double pivot. No, inside double pivot first. Okay, a little bit. Inside,
Moots
be ready. Medina, double.
plays this from the back.
Angel, lower.
Stam plays this ball over the top of Hunter.
Good.
Second ball collected by Menendez. McLean. Nelson.
Close.
Excellent turn from Torres. Steelman tries to duplicate instead as it hit off of him, out for a PSV throw.
Yeah, but that's really good build out from the Galaxy as PSV stepped, and it was the touch forward from the goalkeeper Nelson to find that interior space. Torres tucks it behind the leg, looks to play out. Maybe Steelman could look for the 1-2 there, but good build out. And it's part of the issue for me, or part of the intrigue of this tournament, is how these MLS teams contrast in styles against the international teams, but very similar from both teams so far. As far as looking for those patterns of play, you can see the possession being valued. It's a hallmark, of course, of the Dutch teams, but Galaxy also, for me, this tournament, from the U16s to the U18s, have committed to that philosophy, that game model, and so far it's found success for them.
Here is a giveaway. McLean steps up for a moment. Hunter chases. Apia is over there as well.
Get behind the ball.
Stomp chases. Rolls this through. Apia the target. Defended by Menendez. Only as far, though, as Bayern's. Mootzers cuts it across. PSV looks for an answer here.
Max, stay a little bit. Up. Find references.
Voss.
Not ready. Okay, a little bit more. You gotta keep going, Medina, in this case. Max inside, towards 11. Good. Continue to find your reference. Poquito, Chris, un poco ahí. Jair, a little wider. Yep.
Suffocating pressure from LA Galaxy. Perez falls down. That allows Apia to get a touch and get a throw. This is excellent pressure here from the Galaxy.
Yeah, and good patient build out from PSV as well. And Taya Voss showing his just strength with that left foot. to stay patient, to continue to look for those passes, and trust Apia. Looks for the layoff, but you're right. Galaxy have been well organized defensively.
A rare seam here for Apia. Apia sprints as he angles towards the post, tosses this up top, and a rolling shot. This hit there by Mutzers.
No, Jair, you stay with your reference. Chris, there you go, central.
Quickly on the throw, it's Kolas that takes it, but he's called for the foul as he makes the appeal. It was nearly a giveaway from the Galaxy that could have led to an equalizer.
Yeah, really smart play here from PSV. They know that the Galaxy are always going to look to play out. We saw them jump this pass against Columbus, turned into a goal here, and see that go in either direction. Kolas, very smart to just be a couple yards off, just to invite that pass in, and once it comes, the Galaxy player facing his own goal here, always difficult. Smart play there from Kolas to try to apply pressure.
So far in the U16 bracket, 12 total games, 3 have gone to penalties, 4 have been decided by just 1 goal. It has been close throughout this tournament here in the U16 bracket. Galaxy have the edge since the 5th minute when Medina scored his 3rd of the tournament. Torres arcs this high into the air. Bayern's heads. Kolas cycles. Apia looks. No foul whistle, but it does roll out in the end.
But without Amaga in, Apia has been the target for PSV to try to play the ball in those interior spaces and then to release him down that flank. So a difficult matchup for Torres to watch throughout this match to not allow him time and space.
Chadwick, the captain, ignites this surge. Over the top. This ball curls out for a throw. Shade over 10 minutes to go in the first half. LA Galaxy with the 1-0 edge on Medina's goal in the 5th minute. This ball over the top. Apia tracks it down as the flag stays down. Apia with 2 defenders. The tournament's leading goal scorer gets to the right foot, hammers this ball across. Nelson dives and stymies.
It's great distribution from the goalkeeper, Moot, just for this long ball right into the path of Apia. And tell you what, he doesn't need much. He's just so comfortable. The little roll, just that slight hesitation, and then that change of direction. He's always got one idea in mind, and it's to search for that back post there. And good save from Nelson to stay behind it.
Steelman, who's been so good in space, now works his way to the left-hand side. Steelman arcs this ball around. Medina was standing there at the top of the 6, but it gets cleared away.
If they overpress, it won't be one up top with Aaron and Max. Target Max aside. I know that you're fighting the interior, but if you do go big, it's here. Hey, he's on a yellow as well. Let him go at him.
Chadwick launches. Medina would have been the target if Bobson didn't step up. Menendez brings it in. And Benz swings it out to midfield. Hunter after it.
Face forward, Danny. Max, be ready. We're 1v1 here with 5. He has a yellow card. Alex, close. Alex, close. Get him, Mark.
This ball goes right to Voss from Nelson as he throws this forward. Hunter gets a foul.
It was clever here from Hunter. Galaxy spread out through that long ball from their goalkeeper, but a little bit disorganized as far as letting that first ball drop, and then Hunter just creates a little bit of leverage, gets on the inside of him, feels the contact, goes down, and it's a really dangerous spot here. You can pick either side from it, and a couple of good options from PSV with Ton Benz on one side. You'd expect this one to come from Apia.
Apia had scored in every match of the tournament until the quarterfinal. Well, Benz walks away, so this indeed will be Obama Apia's opportunity. Apia arcs this ball, and it doesn't quite take the swing that he would have wanted as it goes out. Here is a giveaway. Hunter gives it back, and it is Benz. And yet again, Nelson, he's been dirty, but has made every save so far.
Yeah, but that's twice now that we've seen PSV being able to create an opportunity just from being aggressive off that press, off a Galaxy goal kick, and that build-out phase. Those pressure lines from PSV have been able to create some pretty good looks so far early in this match.
Hunter had it for a moment. Benz. Schockenrod had it for a moment. Benz gets it back. Schockenrod retrieves. Apia. Apia finds a lot of real estate. Lays it wide. Stom with it. And that ball back spins and rolls. And that ball goes in. The wind aids it. And Stom flies this ball in. And we're tied at 1 here in the 24th minute.
And PSV moving the ball side to side, and Apia tucks in, and that always opens up space on the backside for the overlap, and it's mishit. It gets caught up in the wind, but PSV won't mind at all. You need a bit of luck in tournament play, and boy, do they find it. Stood up by Dyron Stom. Been bombing forward all tournament, but be happy to claim credit for this. I don't think that was the intent. There's no doubt about it. Trying to look for that back post for a runner. The wind looked like it was going to be inconsequential. It's anything but. It's a good spot from the assistant referee. You can see this ball traveling in. Just crosses that line there. It's close, but it was perfect position from the assistant referee to spot it. You need to find a way back in the match, and PSV have found it.
Well, wind has played a factor in this match so far with that goal and throughout the tournament. 6 different players to score in this tournament is Dyron Stom, and we are equal at 1 apiece. It's the 7th goal in the first half for PSV. And with 5 minutes to play before the break, we're level here in the semifinal. Hunter unable to get it across, and I think from my vantage point, at least, that looked like that ball was going out for a goal kick, and Nelson kind of gave up on it, and it just works its way off of the post and in.
Yeah, it's a free goal, no doubt about it. And for all the beautiful play, you see a bit of it here, interchanging positions, good possession throughout the teams. It's actually been set pieces, second ball, and a freak goal that was aided from a cross on the wind, and that's how it goes sometimes in tournament play. You have to be able to ride the highs and lows. You need a bit of luck, and you have to take advantage of it when it comes. Apia, I think, touching the ball inside to create space for the overlap. It's good patterns to play, but yeah, no doubt about it. I thought that was going out for a goal kick as well.
See how LA Galaxy respond here before halftime. Steelman. Stom does the defensive work this time around. Chadwick. Villatoro slams the brakes on. Villatoro gets to the touchline, crosses this ball through, and on the failed clearance, an own goal puts the Galaxy back in front 2-1.
We've seen end-to-end stuff, and on both sides, it's been about getting the ball forward on that wide play, and it stands up to Villatoro, who's got a little too much time and space to turn here. Credit to him for patience, driving to the end line, putting a ball across frame, and asking some questions. Good things will come your way. Looks like that goes in the end, off of Bobson. It's desperately unlucky from his perspective, but credit to Villatoro for putting that one hard and low across frame. Defenders running back towards their own goal, and great response after just conceding a goal, a freak one at that. Galaxy find their lead.
Next 5 here.
Well, it takes just a couple minutes for LA Galaxy to regain the advantage in a couple perhaps fluky moments.
Let's go. Come on.
But in the end,
Come on.
two teams just throwing shots at the frame, and they get the benefit of it. And with 3 minutes to go before the end of the first half,
Good.
Galaxy find themselves back in front. Colas. Schockenrod was the target. Chadwick gallops after it.
Max, drop. Towards the ball, 20 steps.
This ball flown out to midfield.
Get inside, Max. Inside,
Voss will let it go for Moots. Will PSV find a response before the end of the half and make it 3 goals in the final 6 minutes of half one? Hunter. Nelson comes out and cradles. Nelson wants Steelman along this right side, and it's over his head and out.
More. Shadow defense first. Shadow defense. Narrow, Max. Go inside.
Ends his pass. Taken away. Cunningham back for Chadwick. Appeals for a handball. Unheard.
Don't lose it. Don't lose it.
Steelman dashes. Medina. Or that's Perez, rather. Perez. That's Medina. Steelman back over. Apia taps it away. Stom shields and gets to it. Clears it away, but Galaxy looking for another here before halftime. And out of the chest of Hunter.
Yeah, but it's good from the Galaxy, not allow PSV to build out. They've been alert for all second balls. Good first touches to be able to find that pass forward, keep possession, and look stronger down this stretch.
Hey, Max, lower. Max, lower.
Torres. Pass Steelman.
Joaquin, reposition so you can play Jair, yeah? Not your orientation. Come on, hey, 1 minute, let's go. Let's go, White. Finish up the half, boy. Second. Good. You gotta anticipate, Max. You're reacting a little too much. Come on.
3 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half.
Sin falta. Allá, Denny, allá. Buena. Está bien. Let him play back. Angelito, un poco más. Yeah, a little bit of... And just start to get a little wider. Joaquin, left shoulder.
Hunter is the target. Flag does go up for offside.
That's a great ball there, though, from Tom Benson. We just haven't seen enough of him in advanced positions. Netherlands Youth International played at center back through some of this tournament, pushed out to the right flank, but it's a 1-2 and a first-time ball. That's really great idea into the path there of Hunter up top, and on the other side, we've seen the Galaxy through Chadwick and Villatoro defend pretty well, not allow him to get pushed up, but Noah Maga in the match, they need a little bit more of him in advanced positions.
Distribution from Nelson. Perez lays it through the middle via Toro. Tosses it back. Now out wide. Steelman. Steelman dodges. Gets out top. Steelman's left-footed shot right into Hunter's shin.
That's good here from the Galaxy. Via Toro has been strong. Was able to get the play that ended up turning towards the own goal, and then Steelman comes across. Really good intervention from the striker. Hunter coming back to collapse, bring numbers in, but Via Toro has been really strong for me. Just getting on the half turn, it's a small detail, but it makes them so much more dangerous.
Menendez flies this ball into the 18, just past Medina's head and into the hands of Moot. PSV playing without Ezekiel Amaga, man that scored twice in this tournament, that very much does so many things for this team. Have you noticed anything without? Here's Medina though, and this shot goes into Moot. Have you noticed any difference with this PSV group without Amaga on the field?
Yeah, big one. It's difficult, even from the defensive standpoint, the way they've been able to pick off plays, his physical presence, covering of ground, and then with the ball at his feet, so comfortable, can help you bring in the game. But hey, he's not here, and they've had some good moments still. They've had their opportunities. They found Appia on that right flank. Hunt has been strong, but yeah, that midfield play, need to get a little more connected. And then also on the other side, I think Ton Benz play a bigger role in the attack for PSV if they want to find their way back in this.
A back and forth first half sees the Galaxy take the early edge. PSV equalizes in the 24th, and 3 minutes later, an own goal puts the Galaxy out in front. It is a 2-1 advantage for LA over PSV in the U16 semis of Generation Adidas Cup. We'll take a break. Highlights from the quarterfinal round come your way when we come back. It was a sizzling start to our quarterfinal afternoon here in Bradenton, Florida, at the 2025 Generation Adidas Cup. Michael Watring and Kalen Carr wrapping things up after PSV advances to the semifinals against Columbus Crew, and they very much had a stranglehold early in this game.
Yeah, and they continue to step their line of confrontation, and it's Ezekiel Amaga who wins that ball, and the first ball goes directly to Hunter, who turns on it very well here. It's just one touch and a simple finish to give PSV the early advantage here.
That came in the 8th minute of the game, and PSV would continue to push forward. Another build from the back. Hunter to Colas for the second.
Yeah, but once again, it's the ball that comes in from Amaga, who was such a handful to deal with. The Netherlands Youth International was just tremendous, playing up a year, and finds Hunter again. An unselfish pass as a 9. When you drift out wide, that's when you need runners to come in. And an excellent timing there from Colas to come in and you get the easy tap in.
And right before halftime, Columbus Crew drew a penalty. Apollo Morench stepped to the spot.
Yeah, I thought this was actually a pretty good tackle here from the Dutch Youth International, Ton Benz, and this was a big chance missed from Orange just before halftime, the timing of it, but give them credit, they didn't quit. Columbus came back out in the second half with renewed energy, and it's a moment of magic, a clever one from Ruschek to go from a difficult angle when the keeper is guessing. Moot thought they might go in with a cross. Instead, the technique from Ruschek to pick out that top corner and bring Columbus back in this.
And then on the very final kick of the game, Ruschek to Bonos on the back post to tie it.
How about this for drama? On the literal last kick of the match, Columbus didn't quit. And once again, is Ruschek with a wonderful ball into the back corner. And then in comes Bonos. And it's pandemonium. Columbus had all the momentum going to penalties. But Eskil Moot had different ideas.
Van Camp missed the opening kick in round one, so Columbus had the early edge in round one. But as you mentioned, Moot stopped Prestis, and he did the rest.
Yeah, you're just hoping for your goalkeeper to give you one. Just say, give us one save. That's all we can ask. And Moot continued to pile them on as far as saves go. And PSV grew in confidence, rebounding from that mental sort of difficult moments of conceding in the last minute, and then Moot was able to carry them through with a few big saves, 3 of them.
3 saves in the final 4, and it's PSV Eindhoven to the semifinals of the U16 championship bracket. Real Salt Lake advances to the U16 championship bracket semifinals with a clinical performance against Charlotte 2-0. Michael Watrain, Kalen Carr with you. And really, this was a RSL team that had the majority of the chances in this game.
Yeah, it was really good here. As Rylan Hashimoto's had an excellent tournament, 2 goals already to his name, and you can see why. Just gliding forward, the technique, the right with the left foot to smash it. And this was when the game changed. Van Parker came off the bench, and warning signs here. You could just see his ability to not just hold the ball up, but to drive forward positively. And this is when the breakthrough came. It's a turnover, but an excellent step forward from Georges to release himself. And then Silva does the rest, continuing to drive. And then under pressure with the left foot, the technique to pick out that near post. It's a tight window, but he finds the perfect placement for it to give the 1-0 lead to Salt Lake.
And then in the 53rd minute, it was Van Parker again, and he does a lot of work to get to this one, but what an impact.
Yeah, but I love that play from Rowan Martin to roll it, to feel the pressure, and then to place it perfectly. And then Van Parker does the rest here to be able to spread in behind. It's so clever here to feel the pressure coming across this big right leg there, closes the lane off, allows him to get his composure, picks his moment, and then how about this for the celebration with the backflip? A deserved 2-0 lead and a win for Real Salt Lake.
GA Cup is the best premier event in North America for top young players.
We're here now. I love all of you. Put the game away. Trust in all.
It's probably the most competitive tournament here in the U.S.
60-minute games. Everybody can go hard, okay?
People are watching. Scouts, I have to show my skills to get where I want to be, which is pro.
My goal is obviously to be a professional soccer player.
Everyone here wants to go pro. That's the end goal of everybody. And we've seen this with many players coming out of our club, like Ben Karmowski and Ali Bedoya.
It makes me think that I could do it too, and it gives me that motivation.
I think the biggest thing is to be at MLS next.
Give it our all. Fight for the guy next to you and fight for your parents. They go out here, they drive us every day so we can play what we love to play.
My family was able to come out from Salt Lake, and it's really special just being able to play in front of them and being able to have their support with them watching on the sideline. It means a lot.
Coming to an academy, you think you know a lot, but all these coaches have experience, they know what they're doing, so I think it's always good wanting to learn from the coaches.
Keep it going now, yeah!
It comes from like the director all the way down to the academy, that they all coach the same way, they'll have the same principles.
So who's going to step up in the big moment, right? Who's going to be a big player?
There's definitely different styles of coaching. Some coaches are harder on you, but you know, at the end of the day, that comes out of love and like respect for you and trying to get the most out of you.
So find that balance between intensity and excitement and the ability to execute at a high level. That's the ultimate sign of a champion.
Yeah, I know I'm really attractive. fridge to a madness. A jigsaw with all the right pieces. You and me, we go good together. You and I go good together. You and I, we go good together. We go good together.
You ready? MLS is game on. Dochi? On. Stars on.
Kevin Sullivan, the history maker.
30,000 friends? On. Rivalries on.
Versus New York City.
MLS, this is our soccer. Game on.
Time here in the U16 semifinals. Michael and Kalen with you. And how about this start for LA Galaxy off of a free kick?
Yeah, it's so clever here from Aaron Medina just to track the ball. You can see him having to turn his head, and then he sets his feet. Doesn't have to crush this. He doesn't try to. He just makes good contact. Excellent technique to put the Galaxy a 1-0 lead here in the semifinals.
PSV continued to push. They had 7 shots in the first half. This one helped by the wind.
Well, you can see the players' reactions. Everybody just stops. And you can understand it because the ball does the same thing. It just hangs up and then goes in, kisses off the inside of the post, and then crosses the line. The assistant referee in perfect position to spot it. Sometimes you need a bit of luck, but the response from the Galaxy was great here. It was really smart from Villatoro to face up, a little too much time and space, and then to play it across to ask questions. Defenders facing their own net. It's desperately unlucky there from Bobson. See it just come off that right foot and in the back of the net, and the Galaxy find their way back into the 1-goal lead heading into the second half.
30 minutes from a final for one of these two teams. Will it be the Galaxy or PSV Eindhoven? Second half underway. Medina taps this ball forward and gets it cleared away. Galaxy in the white kits, PSV bid in the black kits, and you really have to credit LA Galaxy. Their intensity and energy in this match has been unparalleled through 30.
Yeah, and they started the match that way. I think set the tone as the protagonist. The first 6 minutes get rewarded with the goal from Medina. Really nice strike, and then PSV were able to build their way back in this. They didn't quite have the same profile that we've seen them so far in this tournament. Big part of that, I think, comes down to no Ezekiel Amaga, 14-year-old, one of the more special talents we've seen, for me, at this tournament. Absolute top player, but they've been able to figure out their way and cope a bit better, playing through the midfield and then finding Apia on that left flank. He was dangerous throughout that first half. Need to find him a little bit more and then find that balance with Ton Benz, the right back, another Dutch youth international. See if they can get him here on the ball and a little more involved in the second half.
Ezekiel Amaga, 2 goals in this tournament, has been playing in the central midfield, typically a central defender for the youth side on the national team at the Dutch level. He is out with yellow card accumulation. Would be available for the final if PSV are to advance. Galaxy have trailed for just 8 minutes in the entirety of the tournament. They have the 1-goal edge here as Stam, the goal scorer, lays this forward for the leading goal scorer in the tournament, Apia. Apia lays it off to this right side. Shakenrad ricochets it off of Chadwick in the third corner of the match here for PSV.
Yeah, really good pattern there with Stam getting forward on that left flank. That allows Apia to tuck inside, and they cut it across to him. He continues his run. Just that first touch wasn't quite far enough forward from Schockenrad, but earn a corner kick.
Everybody starts on that back post typically for PSV as this ball comes to the near post and Nelson has to get 2 paws on it. Nelson flies this ball down the park. Perez is the only man in that direction as PSV recycles.
Keep going, Angel. You gotta keep going, Angel. Come on, buddy.
PSV 3-1 winners against LAFC, and then one of the games of the tournament. They led 2-0 until Columbus Crew pulled one back in the 58th, and then on the last kick of the match, Crew tied it in the quarterfinal before going to penalties, where Eskil Moots made 3 saves in the final 4 rounds to advance PSV into the semifinal.
Yeah, that was the match for me of the tournament so far. Just excellent play through the run of play from Columbus Crew, and PSV set the tone in that match. Able to get 2 goals up, but Columbus didn't quit. And the goal at the death, literally the last kick of the match to send it to pens, and you thought it was all going their direction, but credit to Moot. You ask a goalkeeper to maybe save 1 for you. He did it 3 times against the Crew, and that's why they're here today in this match.
Both teams have been tested. It was a scoreless game until the 47th minute for LA Galaxy in the round of 16. Then they scored 3 times in the final 13 to win 3-0 over Nashville, and then needed penalties against Montreal in the quarterfinal. Steelman pulls away from everybody, bends this ball across. Medina again the target. Schockenrad comes away with it.
Yeah, but you see how Steelman just gives them something a little different. Great ball forward here to break that line into Colas and then out the other, but Steelman just able to bring a little bit of that verticality to break lines and push forward with the ball at his feet.
Apia lays it off. Stam hooks this ball in, and Nelson, he's been impressive in this one.
But a really good pattern of play from PSV to break that line, looking for their 10. Colas in that hole. The Galaxy's line of confrontation higher. 1 pass beats 2 lines, and they get out the other side down that left flank.
This is a takeaway. A couple punches across. Hunter was the target. McLean cleans it up.
And McLean has consistently been in the right position throughout this tournament defensively, just very alert as far as where that danger is going to come from. US Youth International, real presence there for the Galaxy in the back.
That's why we got it dropped, Max.
It's been end-to-end action much of this match. Stam is fouled. Well, the crowd has continued to grow here on Field 1 at IMG Academy. It's an excellent showing here, watching some of the premier matches of Generation Adidas Cup. Benz, Colas. Lions whips it across. Stomp. Apia. Stomp. Latches onto it. Stomp. Flies this ball all the way across and out for a throw.
Yeah, but the Galaxy are having a little bit of trouble with this left side. Get a good look here at Dairon Stams, the top attacking fullbacks in the tournament. Will get forward with Apia. Stam is one of the youngest players on the roster at Dutch Youth International as well, and just glides forward. Of course, got the fortunate goal in the first half, but the understanding of when to play that little clever 1-2, when to overlap, how to use that range to kind of glide forward for PSV is giving them some really nice width throughout this tournament.
And here he goes again. Steelman comes back to defend. Bobson. Typically the wind picks up later in the day, but earlier today it has played a factor in this first matchup, the first of our 4 here on MLS's YouTube channel. Stomp. Shakes past Torres. Apia. Apia flings this ball in. It falls to Hunter. Hunter bikes this ball in. PSV equalize in the first 10 of the second half. All level at 2.
Jasper Watkins, the manager for PSV, has changed the tactics, gone to 3 in the back, a 3-5-2, and it's allowed them to find space on the flank. And it's a lovely ball in here from Apia, and it drops down off the chest of Hunter, who's facing the wrong direction, but he just senses where the pressure is coming from. The goalkeeper with Nelson just tucks it in cleverly. Here, he's facing the wrong way, holds it up, good patience, and then just wraps his foot around it to bring PSV back level in this match.
It is the second time in this game that PSV have come back from a deficit, and for Hunter, it's his 3rd goal of the tournament. And all 3 have come in the knockout round. 3 consecutive matches for Hunter, and 2 apiece with about 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, but I really do think it is the tactical shift coming out of halftime with PSV switching to 3 in the back, and that allows Tom Benz to play as a 3rd center back, a natural position for him, and adds an extra number into the midfield. You can see here them just playing through pressure a little bit more easily. Tucks Apia inside. He's the one who plays that ball into Hunter, and so far the Galaxy have not been able to adjust. A really good start from PSV in the second half.
Over the top, this is Apia. Apia loses possession after the defensive work there by Ramirez. LA Galaxy preparing the first change of the match. Juan Martinez is going to be the man coming on, and he's going to replace Angel Villatoro.
Thought it was a good match from Villatoro. Was able to play that ball across that caused the own goal from PSV. Bobson putting in the back of his own net, but he's a clever player. Ability to shift and turn his body to face forward, but Galaxy looking to switch things up here with Martinez coming in, getting his opportunity in this one.
And there he is with his first touch. Colas scored the 2nd goal against Columbus Crew in the quarters. A lengthy run. Chadwick, the captain, defends. And it's a foul on PSV. Slicing ball out wide. Torres. Steelman. Spins away. Stom has his jersey yanked, but he's the guilty party.
And we've seen the Galaxy use these set-piece dead ball opportunities to good effect. It's generally that second ball, the knockdown, where it can be most dangerous, and Medina was able to take advantage.
Free kick comes whistling in, takes a bounce. McLean as it bounces off of his body on a clearance attempt and goes out for a goal kick.
It's another really good ball in, and Medina seemed to have a really good look at it. Made a really good run to come across the frame to time it well, and just didn't quite get that contact he was searching for with the head, and PSV able to escape a dead ball situation here, and good ball in there from the Galaxy.
2 more changes here. Giovanni Salazar and Victor Garcia come into the match. Menendez and Torres check off. Here's Moot sending it over to the side.
Frontside Medina.
Bobson's pass, Pilford. Perez arcs this through the middle. Bynes chips it back. Moot. Use this LA Galaxy pressure that has been so effective in this game. Colas is fouled, and it's going to be a booking here as well. The late tackle from Victor Garcia, who just came on.
Yeah, it's a really good turn here from Ton Benz, and then once again, clever from Colas, understanding the pressure is coming, getting that first touch out from underneath him. The ball goes wide, and then it's a strong tackle coming in late on the flank, coming in for his first contribution of the match.
Chance for both sides to collect their breaths with about 17 minutes plus stoppage time remaining and a spot in the final on the line. Real Salt Lake and KRC Genk to come up after this matchup for the second position in the final.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. RSL have been so strong defensively, been opportunistic moving forward, can go quickly from one end to the next. Good possession, but when they change the rhythm, they go quick. And Genk as well, ton of talent, one-on-one ability, being able to beat guys in space, a lot of creativity. So intriguing one is the next semifinal for the U16s.
Game scheduled for noon, pending the finish of this matchup. That sits at 2-2. Galaxy have led by a goal on two different occasions. PSV have equalized both times.
Yeah, but this formation has allowed this man, Apia, to get more touches on the ball on the inside. He can still come out wide and combine, as we see here with Stam, but like that starting point for him. Such a technical player, never seems rushed. We spoke to his manager throughout this tournament, Jasper Watkins, about may not be the quickest as of yet, but the technical ability that we see across this Dutch side is clearly evident to see, and he's a standout player for me in this tournament.
Steelman turns. It's well timed by the captain Voss to get it away.
And he's on a yellow card as well, too, and that's one that JP Mojica, the Galaxy manager, has been trying to find that matchup, that one-on-one, to be able to ask questions of Voss, to have to make a desperation tackle, and had to get that one right there on Steelman. Get a look at it here. He just wants to get this isolation and allow Steelman to go one-on-one at him, and has to get that tackle right. The left-footed center back comes out, closes the distance, and pushes that one out to safety. Good intervention.
Voss picked up the yellow card in the 3rd minute as well. Has played with it ever since. Lutzers clears. Hunta gets tackled. The man with the equalizer in the 38th minute on a bicycle kick. PSV put the ball back in play. Rightfully so. A deadlock in this matchup between two of the strongest teams through the group and through the knockout stages as well.
Money, you gotta keep going.
They're just really clean, playing through pressure, changing the point of attack. Might come off in the end, but the way that PSV are able to use their twin sixes in the middle. Lutzers, Kalais dropping back, number of good options. Done a really good job in that build-out phase, whether they're playing 4 or 3 in the back.
PSV preparing its first change of this match as well. It's going to be David Zadi coming in, and Bobson is the man that's summoned off.
And Bobson has played more as a physical presence, really good in the air, calm in possession. We saw him just open those hips with that left-footed pass to open up space, but imagine this will allow Tom Benz to move more centrally into his more preferred position. Zadi, generally a right-sided player, we'll see him slide right back into his comfortable spot there. The outside, the right-hand side for PSV defensively.
Here. Come on. More.
It's a Galaxy team that have scored 4 goals after the 59th minute so far in this tournament. Will there be more late drama in this one? Tied at 2. With a spot in the final on the line.
Chris, inside. A little bit, Medina, a little bit. Victor, not too much. Have Max narrow.
Ball nearly given away on 2 occasions. Apia comes back to get it. Mutzers. Voss. Stop. Lays it forward. It's Hunter. Hunter chases this ball. Hunter slams the brakes on, tosses it out top. Mutzers looks for space. Mutzers holds on. Mutzers recycles.
A little bit. Inside, Aaron, now. Good. Inside now.
Zadi. Colas. A patient build here. Mutzers slides through. Mutzers on his backside. They're able to get back to it. Now the Galaxy look to break. Choices to be made. It's Steelman. Steelman races forward. Steelman belts this ball just wide left.
Well done.
PSV have been in control in possession, but in transition, it opens them up, and that leaves Steelman with Voss one-on-one, and doesn't need to beat him. Elects to go with the early shot. Just trying to pick out that back post there, and that does not miss by much. A really good look. Faced up, one-on-one, and really good moment in transition from the Galaxy from one end to the next.
A spell of defending there for LA Galaxy, but the electricity in the counter.
Yeah, but PSV had sent numbers forward. Mutzer getting caught with the ball on the top of the box. That's their 6. Use them so much in build out. That leaves numbers.
Colas slows this ball down. Schockenrad looks for choices. Schockenrad hooks this around. Hunter was leaping into the sky, and it just does go over the top of his head.
A great early ball in here from Schockenrad, and Hunter did not miss this by much. It's difficult with the wind. It hangs up just a little bit longer than you think, and you have to keep your feet, and he goes up just a bit too early for me. But excellent run. Good idea with that in-swinging ball, because any touch there can be trouble for the Galaxy.
Another chase from Steelman. Steelman wins the race. Steelman tries to get the angle, and it's fine defensive work there by Ton Benz.
Yeah, Steelman has been a handful throughout this match. It's been end-to-end stuff from PSV and the Galaxy. This is the ball in here from Schockenrad, and we've seen Hunter be able to sneak in and just almost able to get just a slight touch. Anything there would have been really difficult for Nelson. Comes down the other direction. Steelman has been a threat in behind. Really well defended from Ton Benz to come over and make it difficult for him.
Second corner of the match for Galaxy. Less than 10 minutes to go in a 2-2 semifinal matchup between LA Galaxy and PSV Eindhoven. Corner kick bounces in. Bodies hit the deck, and it gets swept out towards midfield. Chadwick. Cunningham flings this out wide. And it's again shuttled out. And a second corner kick here for LA Galaxy.
It's a nice little lifted ball there from Cunningham. Just trying to stand that one up to release runners in behind there. But a few good looks here for the Galaxy. About 10 minutes left in this match.
Juan Martinez lines this ball up. Martinez boomerangs it in. Back post header denied by Moot. Second chance. Moot is there to rescue again.
Don't release.
It's a really good ball in, and keep an eye on Ramirez, just absolutely alone on that back post. Does the right thing to head it down, but Moot stays behind it and then quickly gets up for the second one. Comes right back in quick succession. Great ball in, good opportunity there for the Galaxy.
You protect the middle.
Joaquin Cunningham picks up a yellow card.
Hey, Chris, because he's running out.
And a change coming here as well for PSV Eindhoven.
When they create the back three.
Kana Shun is coming in. He replaces Mutzers.
Yeah, good day for Mutzers. Just always coming into those central positions, being an option in the build-out phase to help them break pressure. Really clean technical player, left-footed, moves around the pitch well, and often the quiet sixes, especially in that build-out phase, that you don't notice, but he made an impression.
Steelman swings this ball in first time. Medina controls. Medina swings the leg. Bends, blocks. Back out for Medina. Chases after it, and there's Moot. Made 3 saves in the quarterfinal penalty kick, and he's come up big in the last few minutes for PSV. If you're just joining us, PSV without the talented Ezekiel Imaga, the 14-year-old that has consistently played up with the Netherlands U16 sides at the national team level. Jasper Walkins considers him to be one of the best players on the pitch, and certainly a man that will play professionally. He had yellow card accumulation. He is not playing. Medina scored the opener for the Galaxy in the 5th minute. Stom flared one in the 24th. An own goal made it 2-1 for the Galaxy in the 27th. And Hunta scored the equalizer in the 38th minute. And that's where we sit, tied at 2 apiece. Michael Watring, Kalen Carr, and our team with you here at the 2025 Generation Adidas Cup.
Yeah, but this one feels like it could swing either way in these last 5 to 10 minutes in the match. Both teams, I think, have given a good account of themselves. It's just a matter of who can take advantage and how adventurous do you want to be. We've seen the Galaxy push quickly in transition when they win it. PSV having some longer spells of possession, especially as of late. Good little matchup with Apia and Chadwick over on the far side of the pitch. Chadwick doing some good defending there on one of the more talented players of the tournament.
Well, we get a winner here before the end of the line. 5 minutes or so left. Cunningham. Now Steelman has put his print all over this one. Has choices, rolls it through the middle. His target was Martinez. It's past him. Chadwick recycles. Steelman turns. Steelman whips this ball across and off of a bounce. Moot picks it up. It's good work there by Voss.
Yeah, Steelman getting isolated and whipping this one hard across the frame. Good things can happen. It looks like Medina has been the target. Already seen him score a goal on this one. There's a few times where I've been able to play the early one to him. Maybe slight hesitation from Steelman, but really good interaction between those two throughout the tournament.
Drop, Medina, come on. Okay, shake.
Moot starts things up. Zadi.
Yeah, build 2v2, you're 2v2. Connected. Chris, more.
Long ball. Colas is the target. It's over the top of his head. Colas chases. It's still loose. McLean is there. Well, two teams that have very much gone for it in this one. It has been all about attacking moments. We have witnessed 8 PSV shots, 9 from LA Galaxy in this game.
Yeah, and it's felt pretty even, too, when you think of the chances. And even some of the fortunate moments have gone pretty evenly between both sides. So I said it feels like both teams have a lot still left.
That ball's delightfully touched forward. Apia arcs this ball around. Hunter angles in, and Nelson is there to pick it up.
Medina, keep working. Medina, come on.
Stom chases. Who has the energy left? Apia chasing after it, and Nelson is there, catching it out of the sky.
Yeah, this is a great chance here with that ball played across from Apia, looking for his striker, Hunter, but excellent come across there from Chadwick to just throw off a little bit, not to foul, but just to apply enough pressure to not allow Hunter with the easy finish.
A few more minutes to go. Chadwick hits this ball all the way across. Medina! Aaron Medina thunders the threads. LA Galaxy lead 3-2 in the winning moments of the semifinal.
The Galaxy get a spell of possession. Cunningham playing it wide. And then how about this early ball in here from Eddie Chadwick? It's inch perfect. And an even better run there from Aaron Medina. Has the time and space, picks his head up, and to curl that to the back post, it's perfect technique on both the cross and the finish. And you can see the celebration. You almost can't believe it. Aaron Medina with his second goal in the match, and what a time to do it. Just ghosting out that far post. It's a textbook finish. Just a shade off the back shoulder. What a finish.
How about that finish? The pass from Steelman. Steelman had been strong, had been a conductor of this group. Or Chadwick, rather. The captain. That right side had been so potent. And what a pass from the captain. Sam Vandekamp comes in for PSV, and 2 changes as well for LA Galaxy. Alexis Mondragon, who has 3 goals in this tournament. And Asiel Cristobal as well comes in. Medina comes out with his brace, and what sits is perhaps a game winner.
We were saying early in the tournament, he came by and said, hey, who are you going to pick for player of the match? Maybe he took offense to it. Don't want to give away any spoiler alerts, but if this stands still, he will have it. What a fantastic header and overall performance from Medina today.
5 minutes of stoppage time between LA Galaxy, who have taken their 3rd different lead in this match. PSV have rebutted twice. Will there be enough time for a 3rd time? Here's Vandekamp. Zadi rolls it back. Moot slices this ball away and headed out. This ball headed away. Vandekamp rolls it back. Hunter across. Apia. Scramble in the defense. Steelman breaks. Steelman in no rush. Wanders towards the corner flag. Colas is there. Colas knocks it out. Well, this match has lived up to the hype, huh?
Absolutely, and seen some dramatic finishes with Columbus Crew scoring the last minute to draw level against PSV, and Aaron Medina says, hey, I'd like to add my name to the list. What a fantastic ball in there from Eddie Chadwick. He's been strong defensively. We just saw him make a really important tackle there on Appiah. He's relished that matchup. But that ability to be a two-way defender, of course, doing the business against the ball, but the quality with it to whip that into the back post. For me, the run there from Aaron Medina. So often you see young strikers coming across the frame. That's the obvious one, but to shade away, it goes towards that back post. Excellent place to be. What a finish.
No foul. Okay, Lexi, don't go. Okay, yep.
Moots bangs this ball. Skims off of a head, ends up with Hunter for a moment. Hunter gets his body in front. Van de Kamp. A couple slides. Colas. The pass gets pilfered and Steelman just boots it down the park. 2 more minutes of minimum time remain. The Galaxy won the U17 championship last year in dramatic fashion. It's the U16s this year, looking to put the finishing touches on this semifinal matchup and get into the final. Moot blasts this ball. Skimmed off of the head. Hunter gets in front. Hunter tosses it all the way through. A slide attempt. Chadwick earns the foul. Frustration from Tayabos. Appiah brings it in. Appiah splitting defenders. A whistle, and it's outside of the box.
Well, it's an incredible first touch here from Appiah to take that down off the long ball, to stride forward, to ride the challenge. It's just a matter of where that contact comes, and it's just outside the box. The correct decision from the referee there, but what a play from Appiah to continue to push forward. An excellent way to bring that ball down under pressure, and what an opportunity here just outside the box. And you'd imagine Appiah, who had a similar opportunity in the first half, not able to put that one on frame, but him and Tom Benz both standing on top of this one, but I expect this one to go to Appiah.
Well, likely might be the last kick of the day, too. Well, how about the theatrics in this one? Tom Benz is the man right now that is lining it up.
And you can see the Galaxy bringing 5 in the wall with 1 behind it. That's to allow their defenders to be able to jump up, and anything underneath would then be covered.
Be brave. Hey, whoa. Be brave. Take it. Follow the shot. Follow the shot.
Looks like the referees are over here having a conversation. If anything, but imagine just to confirm that they've made the correct decision. It was really tight from first look. I thought maybe he was inside, but looked like that initial decision from the referee was correct for me, and yeah, it's actually to see who may pick up a card here. And a red card was given to Eddie Chadwick Jr., it looks like. England and U.S. national team international, and make him, if they go on, would make him miss the final here. And yellow card also given to PSV's manager. Just sorting out the cards was the decision.
Well, it wouldn't be a semifinal without some of these moments here. LA Galaxy have led 3 different times. PSV have come back to tie it twice. Will it be a 3rd time? Pon bends, stands on top, bends, belts this ball high. There's the full-time whistle. LA Galaxy are on to the final in the U16s of the Generation Adidas Cup.
These two teams gave it their all today, no doubt about it. Between both sides, you're able to see back and forth all the way down to the final whistle of this match, and Galaxy see themselves through now to the final. Just have to see who's going to be the next one up in the matchup.
LA Galaxy needed some late goals against Nashville to get through in the opening round. Penalties against Montreal. This one, it's a 59th minute winner from Medina to get to the final. And they'll face off against RSL and KRC Genk. Kickoff coming up in about 30 minutes. Our man of the match presented by Adidas belongs to Aaron Medina. He wanted it the other day, and he said 2 goals today. That should certainly earn it to him, and he had 2 really good finishes on good passes as well.
Yeah, really nice 9 play to be able to be alert on the first one. Sometimes it's difficult to just turn and not try to crush that one. I thought the technique was perfect to put it at that near post to strike it on frame, and then the second was just class. The run to recognize, not to go near, but to loop far, it goes to the back post, and Chadwick put it perfectly on his head. Dramatic header. We've seen a few of those so far from him in this tournament. Now 4 on the tournament, but it's getting stronger as it's gone on, and will definitely be a protagonist for the final.
So LA Galaxy are one half of the final. A thrilling, dramatic winner from Aaron Medina in the 59th minute. And will it be KRC Genk or Real Salt Lake? We'll find out here in just about 30 minutes. Galaxy win it 3-2. Our second U16 semifinal comes your way here in just a few moments. This copyrighted broadcast of the 2025 Generation Adidas Cup may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer and Player Development, LLC.